Israel Adesanya's bold prediction: Dricus du Plessis vs. Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. In a bold move, Israel Adesanya has weighed in on the upcoming middleweight title clash between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. This isn't just any prediction. It's coming from a former champion who knows a thing or two about the octagon. Adesanya, once the reigning middleweight king, has hit a rough patch with 3 consecutive losses, one of which was to the current champ, du Plessis. Still Knox secured his second title defense by submitting Adesanya at UFC 305, a moment that shook the MMA world. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite his loss, Adesanya isn't counting du Plessis out just yet. As du Plessis gears up for his third title defense against Chimaev this August, the last stylebender shared his thoughts on who will emerge victorious. During the UFC 318 broadcast on his YouTube channel, Adesanya offered a thoughtful prediction. "I still think Dricus gets it," Adesanya said. "I think it just, late finish, yeah. Late finish for DDP. Khamzat, I think, if Khamzat wins, it's the first 2 rounds. Dricus is just chaotic. Chaotic good, chaotic evil, that's literally what this fight might be." Adesanya's insight highlights the unpredictable nature of du Plessis' fighting style, which could be the key to his success against Chimaev. UFC 319 is shaping up to be an exciting event with 11 fights currently scheduled, though this is subject to change. The Chicago PPV doesn't have a co-main event confirmed yet, but rumors are swirling about a rescheduled Aaron Pico vs. Movsar Evloev matchup, which was originally planned for UFC Abu Dhabi. Stick with MMA Knockout for more free coverage of the UFC, MMA, and boxing. Follow MMA Knockout on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay in the loop. And this is the part most people miss: the psychological warfare that goes on before the fight. Do you think Adesanya's prediction will hold true, or will Chimaev prove him wrong? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Reinier de Ridder ready to replace Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. UFC news and analysis. In a bold move that could shake up the UFC landscape, Reinier de Ridder is poised to step in for Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319 if the situation calls for it. Based in Abu Dhabi, de Ridder is eager to maintain an active fight schedule, provided everything aligns in his favor. The talented fighter, who boasts a record of 20 wins and 2 losses in MMA and is undefeated in his 3 UFC bouts, is set to face off against the former UFC middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker, on July 26 at the Etihad Arena during the UFC on ABC 9 main event. De Ridder has his sights set on the winner of the upcoming clash between Nassourdine Imavov and Caio Borralho, which will headline UFC Paris on September 6. "I'm leaning towards Imavov in that matchup because he appears to be a well-rounded fighter who remains calm under pressure," de Ridder shared with MMA Junkie. "He seems to have a firm grip on the fight, but honestly, I hope it turns out to be a dull affair where nothing significant happens. That would be the best-case scenario for me." Having finished all 3 of his opponents in the UFC, de Ridder understands that he may need one more standout performance to solidify his position as the top contender in the division. "If I perform well, it really hinges on how the fight unfolds," de Ridder explained. "A simple win won't suffice. I need to secure a finish, ideally early and in a spectacular fashion. And as I mentioned, we're all hoping that the Imavov vs. Borralho fight turns out to be uneventful, stretching over 5 rounds with little action. That would be perfect for my plans, or perhaps Khamzat might pull out at the last minute, and they could give me a call. We'll just have to wait and see." Khamzat Chimaev, who remains undefeated with a record of 14-0 in MMA and 8-0 in the UFC, is set to challenge the middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis on August 16 at the United Center in Chicago. As de Ridder prepares for his 5th fight within a year, he is keen to keep the momentum going and is ready to step in for Chimaev if he needs to withdraw from the match. However, he would prefer not to have to weigh in as a backup fighter. "I'll be prepared to fight again, or as I mentioned, I might be ready to jump in at the last moment if needed," de Ridder stated. "We'll see how things unfold. The weighing-in process is the toughest part, so I'm hoping I won't have to weigh in at all. Let's see what happens." This situation raises intriguing questions about the dynamics of fight scheduling and the pressures fighters face. What do you think about de Ridder's readiness to step in? Do you believe he has what it takes to become the top contender? Share your thoughts in the comments.